In a world bustling with ambition and bright dreams, there lived a young man named Elias. Every day he walked the same path, sat in the same gray cubicle, performing tasks that felt as endless as the paperwork around him. His life, he often thought, was painted in shades of monotonous gray. Yet within Elias, a vibrant, secret world thrived. A world of dazzling colors, bold strokes, and canvases waiting to burst with life. He dreamed of being an artist, of creating beauty that stirred the soul. He'd close his eyes and imagine a studio bathed in golden light, filled with the art he longed to make. But when he opened them, the cubicle was still there, and the dream felt impossibly far away. One evening, exhausted and disheartened, Elias sat in his quiet apartment. He'd spent years wishing, hoping for a magical break, a sudden opportunity to appear. But tonight, a new thought took root. A dream he realized wasn't a cloud to gaze at. It was a seed that needed planting. With a deep breath and a quiet resolve, he picked up a humble pencil and a simple blank sketchbook. And so began his ritual. Every day after the drone of the office, Elias would come home and draw. 30 minutes. Sometimes his hand ached. Sometimes the sketches felt clumsy, destined for the crumpled heap. There were nights he wanted to give up, to simply rest or join friends. But he chose the work. He chose to water his dream, not with grand gestures, but with consistent, quiet dedication. Day after day, week after week, season after season, his sketchbook slowly filled. He shared his burgeoning art online, hoping for a sign, a flicker of recognition. But often his creations were met with silence. The likes were few, the comments non-existent. It was a lonely journey, planting seeds in the dark, wondering if anything would ever grow. Doubt, like a stubborn weed, sometimes threatened to choke his hope. Then one quiet night, a tiny spark. A single comment appeared on one of his posts. "I love this piece. Your use of shadow is unique." It was just one person, a small voice in a vast digital ocean. But to Elias, it was a profound affirmation. It was the first sprout pushing through the soil, a sign that his dream was indeed alive. That small spark ignited something. Soon his work began to be shared, spreading across different platforms. More comments, more likes, more eyes on his art. The quiet moments of creation in his apartment were finally finding an audience, proving that patience and persistence truly pay off. His little sprout was growing, reaching for the light. One day an email arrived. A local coffee shop, known for displaying local art, inquired about featuring his work. Elias stared at the screen, a whirlwind of emotions inside him. Excitement mixed with overwhelming fear. Could he really do this? Was he good enough? The safety of his old predictable job seemed to beckon, whispering doubts. He picked up his first sketchbook, its pages filled with years of small, imperfect steps. He remembered the tired evenings, the unwavering choice to keep drawing. He realized the question wasn't if he was ready, but if he was willing to continue the journey he had already started. With renewed resolve, a quiet strength settled in his eyes, and he chose to take the leap. Years passed. Elias stood in his own bright, creative space, surrounded by the art he now made for a living. He was no longer just dreaming of being an artist. He was an artist. He gently opened that first, worn sketchbook, smiling at the humble beginnings, the awkward lines, the sheer determination etched on every page. He understood then. The magic people spoke of, the sudden success, wasn't sudden at all. It was the result of a million small choices, a million drops of water on a single precious seed. His dream hadn't manifested out of thin air. He had planted it, nurtured it, and watched it grow. To anyone waiting for their dream to appear fully formed, Elias would share this truth. Don't wait for the harvest. Don't wait for magic. Start planting today. Tend to your dreams daily with hope and action, and watch them flourish into something more beautiful than you could ever imagine. The man who planted his dream